in San Antonio, Texas.
The San Antonio Spurs, I probably shouldn't say this here, but it's not my favorite team, but I like Tim Duncan.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm the same way. My favorite player is Ginobili, though. Because, like, growing up, I watched like, a lot of basketball, and I wanted to play basketball. That was my initial, like, goal growing up, to be a basketball player. And I took a lot of inspiration from Manu Ginobili, Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, of course. So, like, that's why I look up to Manu Ginobili.
I like Ginobili, but I think it's time for him to call it a day and get more youth in there for the Spurs anyway.
I mean, that's 100% true. I think he's averaging like 8 points a game. Or last season he averaged 8 points a game. But I mean, he's a good veteran. I feel like he teaches a lot of the younger players that are recently coming in, like Brian Forbes. Patty Mills can still learn a lot from him. Even Kawhi can still probably learn a lot of stuff from him in general.
Probably so, but I mean, he's taking up time on the court for those younger players, because he's still wanting court time, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean,
maybe
you don't pay people to stay on the bench, or I wouldn't think you would pay people to stay on the bench and teach your younger players. But as long as he's still producing, then yeah, you want to do that. But at the same time, you need that youth to have that experience, and the only way you get the experience is being on the court, right?
Yes, sir. You're 100% right, and I completely agree with you. I appreciate you taking the time.
Oh, sorry.
I appreciate that.
Fun.
So, what's your name?
Jonathan.
So, Jonathan, who's your favorite player on the Spurs right now?
Kawhi Leonard.
That's a good choice. Who's your favorite player of all time on the Spurs?
David Robinson.
That's also a good choice. Very clever. I really respect you right now. What do you think? How do you think the Spurs are going to do this upcoming season?
If we can stay healthy, we have a good shot at winning a championship, I would say.
That's true. What do you think about them signing Rudy Gay?
Rudy Gay, I think that's a good piece. It's a good added piece.
You think he's going to be running? I mean, clearly he's going to come off the bench, 100%, with Kawhi and Aldridge, because Rudy Gay mostly runs the 3 and the 4.
Yeah.
You think he's going to be a good addition to the second set of the San Antonio Spurs?
The second set is good. He can help. He's going to add scoring to the second set, and I think with the system that the Spurs have, they'll find more open shots, easier shots.
It's true. What's your favorite moment that you've seen? Like, favorite Spurs moment, favorite, like, defensive, offensive, like, just in general?
I would say, for me, the most recent would be 2014 Game 5 of the championship here in San Antonio, because we were down. First quarter wasn't looking good, and then we came back, and that's when I saw Kawhi Leonard become like a superstar.
How do you think Kawhi has improved recently? Because at first, when he first came, he was all defensively. Now he's one of the best scoring. He's easily the best scoring person on the Spurs. How do you think he's going to improve in this upcoming season? Like, do you think he's going to add more?
Well, defense is still going to be there. Offensively, I mean, he can only get better. I mean, he's already been scoring like crazy for these past seasons, so just better.
In general, I appreciate you taking the time and talking to me.
Thank you.
You can let you get back to roaming around. Thank you. Appreciate it. San Antonio. I love it. What's your name, sir?
I'm Al.
Michelle.
Who's your favorite player on the San Antonio Spurs right now?
Ginobili.
Kawhi.
I respect you more because I really love Ginobili. Like, grew up watching him. Favorite player.
All-around game.
Yeah.
Sweep to the left.
Who's your favorite of all time?
All times.
Duncan.
Tim. That would be Timmy.
Easy, because of everything he's done just for the city, the loyalty, everything like that.
He's humble. He doesn't forget where he came from.
Hey, man, you know who else? Elliott.
Sean Elliott.
John Elliott.
The
It's my man.
the most clutch 3 I've ever seen in my entire life with the heels.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm a Knicks fan, so I haven't forgotten about that.
How do you think the Spurs are going to do this upcoming season?
Better than last year, I hope.
We're taking it. We're taking it.
Dedicated fan, taking the championship. All right. Thanks for talking to me. Appreciate it. Thank you. So, sir, what's your name?
My name's Damien.
Who's your favorite player on the San Antonio Spurs right now?
David Robinson. That was a joke. No, I'm going to have to go with Kawhi Leonard.
Who's your favorite of all time?
Man, Tim Duncan. But I really have a special place for Ginobili. But Tim Duncan, definitely.
I always have a special place for Ginobili myself. Grew up watching him. Favorite player. When I play, I take aspects from him. How do you think the Spurs are going to do this upcoming season?
I don't know. They got a lot of newbies, and they don't have a Tim Duncan, and Kawhi's kind of leading them, and he's doing a pretty good job, but they don't really have the sense of camaraderie because they're getting everybody from the outside. I think we give them 3 years, and they develop loyalty as a team, and then they're really going to get solid. But right now, they're getting to know each other, and they're all really good, so it's like having superheroes that just join forces. They might be okay because they're all superheroes, but, man, when they really start to gel, that's when we're going to see the magic happen.
Interesting. I didn't really think about it like that personally.
I think real in depth about the Spurs. I love the Spurs. They got a dynasty. Nobody does anything like the Spurs does. Nobody runs outside and screams and yells when they win, just in unison. It brings the whole city together. I love the Spurs.
You got any inspirational words for the Spurs?
Remember George the Iceman Gervin. And don't do drugs, kids.
I appreciate that, sir.
Thanks, dude.
You have a great day. All right, what's your name?
I'm Ness.
Who's your favorite player on the Spurs?
I'm going to have to say Parker.
Ooh, oldie. Who's your favorite of all time?
Parker.
Still Parker.
Yeah.
Interesting. Most people have said Tim Duncan, even Manu. George Gervin was one. How do you think they're going to do this upcoming season?
You know, the Spurs are always good. That's a team, you know, they play as a team. It's not like they depend on an individual player. I think they have a good tradition going. Expect good things out of them.
How do you think Rudy Gay is going to fit into this new team?
I think he'll do well. I think San Antonio's looking forward to having him.
You got any words of inspiration for the Spurs?
Just keep doing what you're doing every year.
That's pretty much it. It's just general questions. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Love people.
We'll drink to that. Go Spurs.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Gregorio Gutierrez.
Who's your favorite player?
I love them all. Timmy, of course.
Timmy, favorite player of all time?
Yes, sir. Of all time, yeah.
How do you think the Spurs are going to do in this upcoming season?
I'm thinking positive. I'm looking positive. I think with all the changes, I think the cohesion, putting them together, I think we'll have a great season this year.
What are you predicting as far as playoffs?
As far as we can go. Like I said, it's a new season once the playoffs begin, so anybody can turn it on at any minute.
That's true. How do you think Kawhi is going to be this upcoming season, coming off an injury after in the playoffs last season?
I think he'll be driven. Coming off an injury, I think we'll see a lot of positive things from him.
Think he's going to be better than ever?
I'm hoping. One can only hope, but he'll be he'll go as far as he wants to take himself and all. But I think with a team, we have a great team now, so he'll be able to work together with them, and sky's the limit.
Got any final words for the Spurs?
Go Spurs, go.
All right, thank you, sir.
Everybody needs to get one of those.
Thank you.